So simple. Hello and good morning. Oh, what a beautiful day it is. Look at that. Shoo-wee. Look at that sunrise over there. Look at that. Beautiful. We are here in Texas. Today, we're going trout fishing. Come join me. So what we're looking at here is a big truck. It's got 1,000 pounds of stocked rainbow trout in it. Now, if you're from Texas, you know it gets hot here, so we really don't have too many wild trout just running around. But thanks to the Texas Fisheries Department, texasfisherydepartment.gov, you can go there and they can give you a schedule of when they stock these every year at different ponds and lakes and rivers near you. So just go to that website, go to the search bar and type in trout, and you can find the list of all this stuff. And that's what we're doing here. We're just going to the places where they stock them, and we're going fishing. So yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to do. You can do it with your kids. You can go with your wife, and it's just a great experience. If you never caught a trout, guys, this is the way to get on it. So without further ado, let's go catch one. So when fishing for these trout, cold weather is essential. Once it gets really hot, they don't bite. Trout in Texas are not a common thing. Only, at least not in this part of Texas. That's why they stock them here, because they're not native to this place. Only when it's cold enough to hold them can we actually fish them like this here. So make sure it's cold, and believe me, get out there in the mornings or whenever the weather is really nice and cold to ensure you get a good bite. So something else you want to keep in mind whenever you're fishing for these trout is a lot of people, when you get on the fishing pole, they're just ready to reel the thing in real fast. You're not doing yourself any services by doing that. So what you want to do is make sure you reel it in nice and slow. You want to present your lure in front of that fish as nice and slow as possible. In the cold weather, people don't like, or the fish don't like to move that fast. Well, just like people. Slower, without hitting the ground, the better.
Catching lots of that today.
Weed fish. Good at that.
So what just happened? The good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
It's definitely the ugly. When a good one hits, you get the. It was so fast, I didn't even get a chance to set the hook or nothing.
Cool.
Oh. Fifth one I've missed.
20 minutes later.
And when they're on, they're on. When they're off, they're off. Hey, who hit the switch? Hey, cameraman, did you hit the switch?
Here, I found a magic wand here. Let's see if this works. Whoosh. Bippity boppity boop.
Thank you.
Here, let me. May the hook be with you. It works. There we go.
So, get this here in the sun so you can see it nice up close. Look how pretty they are. That is a rainbow trout. See all the beautiful colors and speckles? That keeps her well hidden. These babies, 2 of these, and that's a meal. Nice, stuck. There he is. Oh, nope. Oh, there you go. We're going to try the catch again. And we're back. So, we're done fishing. Now we're going to start cooking. The first thing we got to do is clean the fish. And in order to do that, I think the most important part is to have a really sharp blade. It makes all the difference in making this an easy process for you. Now the good thing about trout is they're a super easy fish to clean, like really easy. So this is what your standard stock trout looks like. Just like that. These are about the size you're going to see them. So, I mean, if they're a lot bigger, you would fillet them. Now, because they're not so big, you don't want to fillet them. You want to cook them whole. So you can get every bit that you can out of them. Get the most bang for your buck, if you will. Now, trout are really easy to clean. So, all you got to do, if you look at the bottom of the trout's mouth, it has a little indentation right there. You see there's a slit right there and a slit right there. All you got to do is you stick your knife in one end and come up the other, and you just cut up like that, which will leave you a little open jaw like that, okay? Now, after that, you just go down here by the, I don't know what you want to call it, the anal cavity. It does help to have a rag. If you have a rag, you can hold it, and then that way it doesn't move around your hand. You don't accidentally cut yourself. So anyway, all you do is you take your knife and you just go all the way up. Let's see if you can see here. You just go all the way up like that, all the way up to the throat. Just like that. Anal cavity, all the way to the throat. You've already cut that part. Then, all you do is you grab it from this end and you just pull. And that will actually pull out all the innards, just like that. From there, you rinse your fish out a little bit, that little cavity there. Then, make sure you get anything left over like that. And you have something that looks like this. Now that red line you see there, that's the blood. You want to just kind of stick your thumb in there and just scrape it out. If you don't have nothing, you can just use your thumb, or you can take a spoon and get in there. I've seen people use a spoon sometimes to really get in there, but you know, you really want to clean your fish as soon as possible. And then you have something like this. See? And that's a clean fish. You know? And you can cook them whole just like that. Smoke them, grill them, bake them, whatever you want to do, you got your whole fish. Just like that. And it's that easy. Clean trout. Back in the kitchen. Here we are. We went from the pole. Now we're on the pan. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare the trout. You have here a couple beautiful specimens of rainbow troutskis. Let me show you what they look like up close. You see that? I want to say that YouTubing isn't that easy because we shot this whole thing yesterday and the memory card malfunctioned, and so here I am. It's actually one day later and we're shooting this again. Okay, so let's prep these bad boys. We're gonna make a baked lemon honey rainbow trout. Okay, so first thing you want to do is get you a paper towel, or however, just coat your pan with some olive oil, like so. Okay, let that go. Then you want to go ahead and put a small coating of olive oil on the fish as well. Don't worry about the skin being on there because that is going to peel right off after you bake it. We're just doing real simple ingredients here. Everything is just stuff that, you more than likely might have in your fridge. Nothing crazy going into this recipe today, okay? So next up, a little salt. Now, I know some of you guys up north might look at these trout and go, wow, those are small. But in Texas, this is nice to get trout. So, these are stock trout. There's no size limit on them. You can even use a treble hook here in Texas. Here's my pepper. And do the same thing with pepper. Make sure you're doing the insides of the cavities as well. Make sure you get in there. The whole point of this is since the skin is on, you're trying to make sure the flavors get into the fish really well. Next up is we're using some raw Texas honey. Now just use whatever local honey you want. Be good to go, it don't matter. And this is kind of a new recipe for me. I've obviously baked a few of these bad boys, but putting in the honey is kind of a newer recipe. I didn't do honey yesterday when I filmed this whole thing, but I'm doing it this time where it's just nice to try out different things, So you put some of these lemons in the cavities, like so. Close up there. And just putting them in there, like that. And then you set them in the pan. Boop, boop. Just like that. Okay, and then you get you a couple more of these here wedges. Just like that. And you put them on top. Like that. And you grab the ends of your lemon that you just cut up or sliced up, and you squeeze. Don't be scared of lemon. I don't think there's such thing as too much lemon on fish. I think you can put as much lemon as you want on these things. And I got a little bit of Italian seasoning. Sprinkle that on top. And this is what you end up with. Something like that. Okay. And I already got the oven set to 475. We'll throw that bad boy in. Okay, we're back. It's been 17 minutes. And it's probably about 3 minutes too long. Get a close shot of that. Here, I'll put it in the light like that. Once you see that the eyes turn white like that, that's all you need to know that the fish are done. Why don't you get a close up of this? So this is what it looks like. Okay. And all you do is you move these guys out of the way. And the skin turns like, almost like, you know, my dog's over here trying to get a taste of this. So yeah, the skin just peels right back, like so, and leaves you with trout. Now it does have bones in it, but all you do is you just kind of, it really just comes right off the bones. If you look like that, see how it just kind of, boom, it just comes right off to these wonderful little chunks of trout. You see that? Let's give it a taste. I think it's pretty good. I like it. So, there it is. One more piece. No. I like it. So the only thing I would have done different than I actually did on the first video yesterday when I already didn't cook this and my SD card messed up on me, is one thing you can do is you can put slits on the side of the fish and put more lemon and, you know, juices and flavor into your fish that way too. I forgot about that, but cut me some slack. This is my first video. So, yeah, there you go. Lemon rainbow trout with a little bit of honey from the pole to the pan. So, you've seen it here. I'm excited about this. Thank you for coming to my channel and spending some of your time with me and doing what I love to do. My channel is called Pole 2, number 2 pan. So it's just about, you know, catching and cooking. And yeah, subscribe and like and let me know if you like this kind of stuff. And I know I do. This is all I watch on YouTube. So yeah, subscribe and come back for the next one. Thanks, guys.